Hi guys, welcome back. In my previous session, we have seen basic concepts of computer graphics and basic definitions like what is computer graphics, applications, and also definitions of pixel, the importance of resolution, and also why do we need aspect ratio. We have also seen how does we put a color in an image. Now, in the current session, that's the session for today, we are going to see the storage requirement for an image. Now, when an image is getting created and I give the input as coordinates and I get a line as the output or else I get a triangle as the output, I want the computer to store it somewhere. So how is it getting stored basically? So that is what we are going to see in this current session. So what are we going to see is bits per pixel. That's also called as BPP. Now what is this BPP? We all know that we are into digital computers, so everything that is getting stored is in binary language. And when I say binary language, everything is in terms of bits, and bits are nothing but zeros and ones. Okay, so we are going to see BPP. So why is BPP used? That is bits per pixel. Color range for a pixel. As we discussed in our previous lecture, what is the color of a pixel? Color of a pixel is nothing but the value of a pixel. It is a numerical value that we are going to put. It is an integer value that is being assigned to every pixel. So basically, how to identify the range of colors for a pixel on display. So if I've got this pixel, what is the color of this pixel? How is it getting decided? If I have at this pixel, what is the color of this pixel? If I want to make it red, how am I going to make it red? If I want to make this pixel green, how am I going to make it green? So that is what we are going to see in the current session. So first we start with color range. And who decides the color range and how do we get into the color range? That is what we are going to say. So color range, who decides the color range? Is it the computer who's deciding the color range? Yes. The number of bits required to represent a pixel is called as BPP, and BPP decides the color range. I repeat, color range of a pixel, color range of an image is decided by BPP, that is nothing but number of bits required to represent a pixel. So what is bits per pixel? So now if I say I want to represent one pixel in my image using one bit only. I repeat, if I say I want to represent one pixel in my image, I'm going to use it one bit information to represent one pixel. If I am using one bit information, I can either store a 0 here or I can store a 1 here. That means how many colors can I represent? Only two colors. Okay, similarly, if I say that every pixel in my image can be represented using 2 bits, right? So that means 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So how many colors can I make? 4 combination of colors can I make, as so on and so forth. If I go in for 3 bits per pixel, so every pixel using 3 bits, so how many combinations can I go? 8 combinations I can go. And if I'm using 4 bits per pixel, how many combinations can I go? 16 combinations can I go. This is about your normal binary combinations. That means if this is n bits, then 2 raised to n is the maximum number of combinations that you get. So it is 2 raised to 2, 4, 2 raised to 3, 8, 2 raised to 4, 16. So that is how I get binary combinations when I apply it to graphics for bits per pixel. So if I devise a formula, my formula is 2 raised to BPP, that is bits per pixel. That means if my image that I am having right now and I am using 2 bits per pixel, so my total colors will be 2 raised to 2, that is nothing but 4 colors. If I say I want to represent my image using 4 bits, so that 2 raised to 4, that is nothing but how many colors? 16 different colors I can put in one pixel. Now, please do understand students that if I'm having an image, if I go in for one pixel, that is 16 bits, for all the pixels in my image, I have to go in for 16 bits only. You cannot change it. So this is how I decide the color range. For color range, we also have one more parameter, that is the kind of display that I am using. So in my previous session, we have seen three different types of display, that is monochrome, grayscale and color. So when I go in for monochrome, what is the BPP for a monochrome display? To my right, you could see an image that is 6 cross 6, and I have got white and I've got black pixels out here. So these are white pixels and these are black pixels out here. Okay, so when I represent this image in my digital graphic style, in my computer graphics, and how am I storing these images, basically these pixels basically. So now when I say a monochrome display, the BPP for a monochrome display is 1 bit per pixel. So when I say 1 bit per pixel, I can store only 2 bits, only 1 bit information, that is 0 for a black, 1 for a white. Okay, so for a black I'm going to write 0, for a white I'm going to write a 1. Okay, so this is how I store the image when I am taking a monochrome display into consideration. A monochrome is basically black and white display. Okay, so what is the color range that I have got here? 2 raised to BPP. And what is the BPP for a monochrome display? It is 1. So 2 raised to 1, color range is 2. So maximum 2 colors are allowed, that is 0 and a 1. So this is how I get the BPP for a monochrome display. Next we move on to a grayscale display. And what is the BPP for a grayscale display? To my right I could see an image that's a 5 cross 5 image with different gray shades. And also I have a black pixel here and also I have a white pixel here. Remember students, we have discussed this in the last session. What's a grayscale display? I will have colors between black and white. So any shades of gray between black and white is nothing but a grayscale display. Okay, so when I say a grayscale display, what is the BPP for a grayscale display? If the BPP is n bits per pixel, my n has to be greater than 1, because my n is equal to 1 is for a monochrome display, right? So I have to go in for number of bits greater than 1. So I'll start with n is equal to 2. That means 2 bits per pixel. So I'll have 4 shades of gray. If I give n as 2, I'll have 4 shades of gray. 2 raised to 2, that's nothing but 4. If I have got 3 value, n is equal to 3, then I'll have 2 raised to 3, that is nothing but 8 gray values here. Okay, it has been depicted out here. If I've got 1 bit, I'll have only 2 combinations, a black and a white. If I've got 2 bits, I'll have 4 combinations, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If I've got 3 bits, I'll have 8 combinations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? If I've got 16 bits, then I'll have 2 raised to 16 combinations of gray shades. But one thing is very much common in all these number of bits for a grayscale display. The first least value is black, the maximum value is white. Okay, so let it be 1 bit, let it be 2 bits. My first value starts with a black, my last value goes to a white, and in between I'll have different shades of gray from a dark value to a light value. So this is all about a grayscale display. Now we come to a color display. A color beautifully depicted here. So what's the BPP for a color image? So any pixel intensity in color is a combination of red, green, blue. We have seen this since our school education in our drawing lectures, that our primary colors are red, green and blue, because using red, green and blue I can make a combination of different colors including black and white. Okay, so this is nothing but BPP for a color image. A color image of 5 cross 5 being shown here with different colors, and a RGB color model being shown here. If I combine red and green, I get a yellow. If I combine red and blue, I get a pink. And if I combine blue and green, I get a magenta, a cyan color basically. Okay, so this is magenta, this is cyan. So this is nothing but RGB color model. So what is the BPP for a color image? So now if I say I have got n bits per pixel where n is greater than 1, no issues. But then RGB, so my n has to be equal to or greater than 3. So my n will start from 3 here. So 2 raised to 3 is nothing but 8. So I'll have 8 different combinations of color when I say I'm using a BPP for a color image. Now we are just quickly going to see what is the RGB for a color table. Okay. An RGB color table looks something like this. Now out here we are showing you a RGB triplet for 255, that means 256 colors. So if it is 256 color, what is n equal to? 2 raised to n is equal to 256. That means n is equal to 8. So BPP is nothing but 8 in this case. So if this is the case, what are the different values that are supported? Please have a look. I have got R, I've got G, and I've got B. This is how you interpret a RGB triplet. So first value is R, second value is G, and the last value is B. So if I've got 255 in R and 00 in green and blue, that means no combination of green and blue, only R. So this becomes my red color. Okay, if I have got, let's go in for blue, so it's RGB, so that means blue value will be 255, rest everything will be 0, so I get a blue color. Now we see how do we get a black. For a black, I don't need a red, I don't need a green, I don't need a blue, all the three values are 0, that's how I get a black. For a white, I need all three in maximum capacity, 255, 255, 255. So that becomes my white. Now, one more thing. Why am I giving the last value as 255? How many color combinations are there? 256. 2 raised to 8 is equal to 256. But my range starts from where? 0. And my range goes till where? 255. So that's why we are not ending my last color at 256, but we are ending it at 255. So this is nothing but the RGB color model. Okay. Now, if you know BPP very clearly for a monochrome, for a grayscale, for a RGB, that's for a color display, we will see how to store it. That means what is the storage requirement for any image that is given to us. So, what is the memory requirement for an image that is given to us? The problem domain is how to calculate the memory requirement to store an image of size x cross y. X is number of columns, Y is number of rows. So basically this is the resolution of the image with n BPP. That means n bits per pixel that is given to you. So what is the memory required? The answer is memory required is equal to resolution multiplied by n bits per pixel, that is n. So this is the total memory requirement for your image. We go with examples. Our first example is how much memory would be required to store an image made up of 960 pixels by 800 pixels. So 960 by 800 is the resolution using 256 colors. The value of colors is given here. BPP is not given to you. Can you find out BPP? Yes. The formula to find out BPP is 2 raised to n is equal to 256. What is n? 8 bits. That's nothing but a byte. And the formula to calculate the memory requirement is resolution multiplied by bits per pixel. So we get the answer as 750 KB because we have converted it into bytes. Second example. The second example on the similar lines is for calculating memory requirement, wherein the resolution given to you is 400 cross 300 and a color depth of 16. Color depth means BPP. So width into height into color depth will give you the final answer. Converting it into kilobytes divided by 8 to get it into bytes divided by 1K to get it into kilobytes. So that's how we calculate the memory requirement for an image, given the resolution, given the bits per pixel. Now, our next section will be on frame buffer organization. Very important concept. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Home